Hi guys, welcome back. So Scorpios, this is the official Lionsgate portal video. So this is the one where, the 8/8 portal is tomorrow, well, depending on where you are in the world. It's a great time for energy change. It's like walking from one energetic room into the next. So it's like, as we cross that threshold, what's the change in vibe? What's the ability to manifest? And we'll just kind of see how the storyline takes shape. Last week, I put out a video in preparation for this, like a video that was all about, for Scorpio, like what energy were they collecting around them prior to walking through this threshold. So we'll just see what happens on the actual, kind of like fun day. The 8th house is the topic of energy for this. This transformational area of one's life is about shared resources and intense emotions. And we see like a bond of possibly, wedding rings, two people getting married. We see a bond with the spiritual realm. We see possibly a bond between, mother and child, father and child. So all the most important connections that we have are spiritual ones. The people that we love most, our connection to loving ourselves, loving others in a, like a familial way or a friendship way or a romantic way. Any of those topics are kind of the focal point of as we cross that threshold. Those are the areas that are going to be transformed, which is really nice because this looks very positive. For starters, it's like looking at the most important connections of our life and possibly now looking at them in a different way. So what does that mean for Scorpio? We have got, so I always call this the whip crack of clarity. This is like all of a sudden it all makes sense. By the way, that's card number 11. Somebody's having a sudden sense of awareness, like, oh, well, hourglass. You know what? Important connections in my life are exactly that. They're important enough to realize that our time on this earth is limited. Our time with people we care about can be limited because a mortal lifespan, although it's quite long, it's never quite long enough, for the people that we care the most about. So why would we hold on to bitterness when we have somebody that we really care about? It's like the thing, how that song by Mike and the Mechanics, In the Living Years, is in my head right now. Because it says something about, I just wish I would have told him in the living years. It's a song about his father. But I feel like that's a great anthem for this message. It's like, I'm not saying anybody's losing somebody. I'm saying that our character is recognizing that our mortal life is is to be celebrated. This is a turn of good fortune. This is a turn of great prosperity. I gotta say, it could also be a time frame where somebody thinks a little bit more about. Sorry, my left ear is going bananas on me right now, like that weird like buzz sound that comes in sometimes. It could be that our Scorpio is having this moment of clarity and they go, you know what? Whomever someone is in my life that is an important person, I might not have realized their way of showing me that they care about me, that they've chosen to be a part of my life or did at one point choose to be a part of my life. I might not have paid enough attention to the fact that that was them showing me. Maybe it wasn't in a language of love that I could comprehend, but all of a sudden I realized this person actually cared about me. And it warms my heart all of a sudden. Instead of saying, well, they didn't give me it, their showing of affection for me in the right way, therefore they must not care about me enough. It's suddenly, our Scorpio is aware that people have only the tool set that they have to show love, to show that they're interested, to show they're caring. All any of us have in this world is our own tool set. And sometimes our tool set is not that great, but Scorpio is realizing somebody did care about me. Maybe multiple people cared about me, and I see it differently now. And you know what? If that is their act of caring, let me just say that is abundant. In fact, I feel really good knowing that person, like, let's put it this way. I'll give this as an example. Say there was an individual where they were kind of like a wild horse that nobody could ride, and the only person that this individual allowed to even come near them to feed them apples was Scorpio. That's a huge win. That says, no, you still You're not going to put a saddle on me. I'm the horse no one can ride, but I'll at least approach you and I'll take an apple from your hand and kind of nuzzle you. I'm going down the road of horses as an example, simply because this is kind of like a harness that I see to like lead a horse. I know they call it the whip, but it's more like, that I don't know. I don't know about horses, but I just know, is it a riding crop or something? It just looks like something that you gently, swat the rump of a horse with, to be like, come on, move ahead. It's almost like our Scorpio character is recognizing that some people, they're a little, I'll say, they might have dealt with somebody who was a little bit crusty, somebody that didn't show love very easily, but they're realizing, but that was their way of showing love to me. I can't push them to show me a different kind of love because they were already giving me their expression of love. So I can't say, okay, now hurry it up, do better, do more, show me how I need to see it. That was what they gave to me. And you know what? I'm glad that I recognize that now. That was their example of love. And I actually feel richer and more valuable and more special because of it, because that might have been as much as someone could give to the Scorpio. Was it as much as Scorpio deserved? No, probably not. But the fact that Scorpio's turning their mind around and seeing this in a different light and feeling richer for it, feeling more loved, feeling like, you know what, I get it now. And this life is brief and precious, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look at important connections in my life, and I'm going to meet people right where they're at. We have Man of Discs. I'm telling you, this Scorpio feels so much more grounded, so much more solid. This is a King of Pentacles in any other deck. Scorpio got down to the root of how people are, and how sometimes we can grow a lot in this mortal life and we get better at expressing ourselves, and sometimes we don't, and that's the finished product. Scorpio deals with a lot of different kinds of people, but what they're realizing is the people that matter to them, the people that have had any kind of deeper interaction with them, it's because they loved the Scorpio. They wanted that connection with the Scorpio. Scorpio gets it now. Even if it was unsatisfactory or it didn't meet all of Scorpio's needs, Scorpio's still like, oh my God, but I still get it. That was their act of love. That was them expressing themselves to me to the best of their ability. And I am richer for it. And you know what? I'm going to be able to give my, how do I say this? I can accept what this person offered, and I can be more understanding, I'll say. And I can actually give to them. I can give them a certain amount of a pass. I can accept that they were doing the best they could with what they had. Four of Wands, Three of Discs. I'm telling you, this could be Scorpio saying, and because of that, all of my relationships are going to be stronger moving forward. All of my interactions with people in my life, in particular, possibly a romantic connection. This could be Scorpio building a much stronger bond with their romantic partner, instead of them saying, oh, why doesn't my partner do this? Why can't my partner, tell me these things? Why can't they love me in this way? Scorpio goes, wait a minute. This is how they love. And they're showing that to me. So why would that not be good enough? That is them. That is the essence of them. Maybe it's I who now can accept them right where they're at and realize this is their expression of love. And you know what? Because of that, because I know that this is them doing their best to show me that I love you, Scorpio, I'm now able to say, thank you. You're giving me the best of you, and I accept that, and I'm grateful for that, and I want to give you the best of me as well. These two are going to be able to work through things. They're going to be able to work on things. They're going to be able to, I feel like they are as confusing to each other sometimes as crop circles are. Like, lots of different, like, okay, I don't know why this happened. How did this get created? Where did this come from? What I feel like these two have great capacity still for misunderstandings. But the difference is they both stop when there could be a conflict and they go, wait, I got to remember, you and I, we come at things from different perspectives, but we're not at each other's throats. We're not trying to harm each other. We're actually both wanting the same thing, but we might come at it from different angles. So let's find a way to connect, correct misunderstandings, and we both want to put in effort to understand each other. And that's going to be like a farming project. We're going to have to always be cultivating our relationship to fully comprehend each other. But because I get it, you actually are expressing that you want to be with me, and I want to be with you too. So this is worthy of us finding our love language, or finding a common way to understand each other, regardless of the fact that we'll probably always have to fine tune things and work on things. But I'm so willing to do that because I realize you've been willing to do that also. It's a really nice way to look at the important connections in our life and say, aren't those important connections and worthwhile enough to put in the extra effort? Sometimes it's tempting to think, well, if this is supposed to be my Four of Wands, shouldn't it just click? Shouldn't it all be easy? Let's put it this way. If we are, this is such a great example. This is, tree branches. Well, once upon a time they were tree branches, but now they're not tree branches. They're being carved into other things, walking sticks, canes. A tree is already an amazing substance, right? An amazing, well, it's a living thing first, but what it can be used for is many different things, but it will not morph into being any of those amazing other items. Pencils, lumber, you name it, firewood, carvings. A tree won't suddenly poof become those things without us putting in effort. So why would a relationship, even a wonderful relationship that can be stable and fulfilling and everything we've ever wanted it to be, why would we think it's supposed to magically just be that? Why would we not think that we have to carve it, whittle it, shape it, put in the effort, and possibly put in years and years and years of effort to understand each other and to have that beautiful Four of Wands connection? Just because it starts out as amazing and potential doesn't mean that we get the luxurious final product without putting in some significant effort and thought process. So if we look at a relationship like that, it makes more sense why, oh, I mean, this could be my person, and it has been difficult, and it may still require a lot of effort, but it's so worth it because the effort that we're putting in is just like we would if we were carving some awesome, cabinetry or chairs or furniture out of this beautiful wood. It makes sense when we look at it in that concept, instead of being like, oh, I do not want to put in this effort. It should already be what I want it to be. It should already be fulfilling. It should already make sense. It should already be the finished product. So this is a very different way to look at important connections of our life. Those are the ones worthy of our time and our effort to keep working on things, even when it's difficult and even when we hit roadblocks. Boy, that feels such a light and bright way to look at problem solving. All right, guys, I'm going to leave that one there. Scorpio, this might be one of my favorites out of all of them that I've done today so far anyway. Take care, you guys. Thanks for being a part of my world. If you do enjoy my fictional storytelling, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.